joining me today. Today I'm doing a video for you guys that is very similar to my Limecrime Cashmere video that I did a few weeks ago, maybe last week. Basically, I got Pure Hollywood from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I want to talk to you guys about this particular lipstick and show you guys what it looks like on my skin tone, because this is one of those nudes that I really was into, I really wanted to get, but I was pretty positive it just would not work for me, and I couldn't really find much of, any pictures of anybody wearing it who looked more like me and my skin tone, so I really wanted to show you guys that. So Anastasia Beverly Hills obviously is coming out with a lot of new products recently, and I really trust her products because I own a lot of the eyebrow products, I have some of the contour products, I have some of the eyeshadows now, and a liquid lipstick, and they're all great formulas. So I knew that her stuff is, really, really good. And when she came out with liquid lipsticks, I was all about that because I've been loving liquid lipsticks recently. I love the concept behind it. It really stays on. And I'm not a lip gloss girl anyway, so matte stuff to me is just the bomb. Like, I love it. It's my favorite sort of texture, consistency, and she came out with such a wide variety of colors. I really wanted to grab a few. Pure Hollywood was one of those colors in there that I really had my eyes set on because I love nude colors, but I really was positive it just would not work for me. So let me go ahead and show you guys what this looks like on without anything else, and I'm going to show you guys how I wear it to make it work for me, and then maybe you guys can sort of get some ideas of how to wear this if you are one of those people who's really been dying to try this out but also couldn't find anything on it, just like I couldn't. So overall she has, I think, 20 colors, and they are $20, which is pretty competitive because that's basically the going price for all liquid lipsticks right now. It's kind of hefty, but I think that for what you're getting, it really is worth it because they do stay on a lot longer than any normal lipstick. What I found with this one, though, is that I don't think it is as opaque as the other longwear lipsticks that I've used. What I mean by that is that when you put it on, it looks very opaque, but I notice as it dries, it's sort of that opacity sort of goes down a little bit. So I don't know what happened with that. This is the only one that I have, so I don't have any for other colors to compare it to, but I did notice that too. The other problem with this is that it gives you that awful white line on the inside. Every single time I've worn it, it has done that, so it is definitely because of this. And 3, I think it dries more to a velvet finish than a total matte finish, which doesn't change the way it looks. It still looks very matte, but it feels velvety, which I think is actually really good because it's not uncomfortable to wear at all. So I think that the formula of this is awesome. It's just that white line that's kind of a struggle for me. And but overall, this is definitely a go. I love the packaging of it. I think it looks definitely expensive. It does not look like some random cheap product. So I'm all about that. I love good packaging. I like to feel good about the product that I'm using. So I'm big into that. So let's go ahead and get into how I wear this. So it has the normal doe foot applicator that all these types of products do. On closer inspection, this is what it looks like. I definitely feel like it has a coral undertone to it as opposed to a pink, which I think is what makes it difficult to wear for darker skin tones, but that is what it looks like. So I literally have not put anything else on my brush besides what I had right here, and I'm going to use this amount because this brush picks up a ton of product. You guys can sort of see where we're going with this. When it comes to these outside corners, to make it blend a little bit better, I like to go in really lightly there. So as it's drying, I can definitely feel that it's very velvety. It's definitely not a super matte finish, which makes it really easy to wear. But you guys can definitely see, like, this is not the nude that I would go for by myself. So here is that from far away. And I think the issue with this is that there's no pink undertone and no gray undertone to this. It's definitely got a coral undertone, which in my opinion is what, causes the issue for dark skinned people to be able to wear this. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I wear this with different lip liners. So my favorite way to wear this is with a brown lip liner. I feel like that really helps that coral undertone to sort of deepen and to kind of strip it of the coral undertone, to be honest, because coral does not look good on people with my skin color usually as your main color, especially if you've got two-tone lips. That's where the problem is caused. So I feel like with brown is the best way to wear this. So I'm taking Barbecue by MAC. It can be any brown, but I definitely suggest a cooler toned brown, a warmer toned brown as opposed to a cooler toned brown, because you don't want a yellowish sort of lip because, again, that's in the same family of coral, and that's not going to help do what we need it to do. So I'm going to take this, feather it in. And I also noticed that since this is such a velvety color, you don't really need to wear like a ton of chapstick underneath this because that also attributes that white line. So I really suggest wearing this or wearing anything from their line on your lips without a ton of chapstick. It just makes it longer wearing and doesn't give you that white line. So now we've got Barbecue. Then I like to take Whirl by MAC also, which is a mauve under color for sure right there. And that I like to put on top. And I like to color in my whole bottom lip with this. My top lip is already kind of similar to that color anyway. Okay. So this is our base, and then I'm going to go in with this. So I really wipe off the product because there's so much that comes off on this. And you really don't even need like half of it. So that's, like, I'm taking to like a doe foot applicator that basically doesn't have any product on it. Okay, so now that I've got this applied, I like to start blending it out with what you've got on there before you keep adding. Okay, so this made it a lot more wearable in my opinion. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys out so you can see that. But I'm also going to wait for a second for it to dry because that definitely just does change up the look a bit. So this is what it looks like when it is dry, and I feel like that makes a world of a difference. When you're first putting this on, if you guys noticed how coral it looked, and it looked like a totally different color than what it looks like when it's dry, so that makes a big difference in liquid lipsticks in general. I've noticed that, so make sure that you look at it when it's dry and don't get freaked out when it's wet. So now the other thing that I like to do on top of this, this looks a little bit more pinkish to me. Like, it definitely is going to the pinkish nude spectrum. If you want it to look like more browny gray, then what I like to do is take Cashmere by Limecrime. If you guys have it, if not, you can take any sort of nude lipstick that you have that has that sort of gray undertone, and I place this right in the center. Let me zoom you guys in. So you guys can already sort of see a good difference in undertone in Cashmere. So this is with Cashmere on top, and this sort of brings you into the purples and grays if that's sort of undertone that you're going for. You can definitely do this with lip liners as well if you have a lip liner of that color, but since I already have Cashmere, that's why I sort of went in with this. But this is probably my most favorite way to wear this. And then if you're feeling like it's still, like, if there's not enough of a defined line around it or whatever, you can go back into the lip liner. So I'm going to go in with Barbecue and sort of define these four corners. And I feel like that makes a big difference to make it look like your lips are still three-dimensional and not just flat. So this is definitely the way that I like to wear it the most, but you guys are definitely free to wear it however you want to. I feel like this color is definitely not going to be my first choice for nude lips, but since I have it, I like to make it wearable in, in different ways and, be able to expand my knowledge of how to wear certain things and show you guys as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe and like if you did like it, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye!